Yo, peace was good. We'll get to another hip hop album review. This is part 256. The album that I'll be reviewing today is Everlast with his solo debut album, Forever Everlasting. This was released in 1990. You guys should know who he is. I already did a review on his first three House of Pain albums. If you guys haven't peeped those, definitely check that out. But you know, I told you guys briefly on the self-titled album about a little bit about this album, but you know, I'm just gonna retract and tell a little about it. So before House of Pain, Everlast actually had a career before House of Pain. He was actually down with Ice-T with the Rom Syndicate crew. Alright, so this is his time period at that time, with Devon Styler, African Islam, Ice-T, Donald D, Toddy T, all them cats, people like that. So this was the time period that he was rolling with them at that time. This album's all over that. So there's 3 singles of the album. The singles are The Rhythm, Never Missing the Beat, and I Got the Knack. Those are the singles of the album. Alright. Production is done by Bilal Bashir. I'm pretty sure he's like the in-house producer for Rom Syndicate. And on QD3, it's like one of his earliest production. It's on this album. It was actually on the song I Got the Knack. Alright, so let me show you guys what the album looks like. As you can see right here, you see Everlast, a very young Everlast with hair. You had the part on some mobster shit, you know what I'm saying? Got the boxing. I've always liked this album cover. I thought it was pretty cool. Kinda has like that 1930s kind of look to it. Pretty cool. The back, real dope. Alright. That's pretty cool. Alright. That's what the CD looks like. This is the real deal. No copies around here. Not allowed. You know what I'm saying? Unless otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so what the CD, what the inside looks like. You got the track listing right here. And then you got the production credits and that kind of thing. And they got the, the track listing, the who's produced by, the samples, and all that good stuff. Alright, and too crazy, and nothing, too mind blowing. Alright, now let's get into the album. You know how I get down. Alright. The first song is Syndicate Soldier. It's a pretty dope song. That was produced by Bilal Bashir. Like I said, Bilal Bashir does pretty much the majority of the album. You know what I mean? So, I do like the beat for Syndicate Soldier. It's kind of reminiscent of like, kind of remind me of something like that Eric B. and Rakim would have rapped over around that time. A little bit of Eric B. and Rakim Chubb Rock influence production-wise, in my opinion. He has kind of like a fast rap pace on this joint right here. I do like the line when he said, so you won't lend me your ear, cause it's clear to this hair it has no peer. And if song was the blues, you'd be shedding a tear like a baby. Maybe I should have held back. Some of you look shocked. I guess you couldn't tell that, cause I was here to drop knowledge. College is irrelevant. My next move to prove is smooth but intelligent. Expression lessons with sheer precision. First hear me out, then make a decision. So I thought it was pretty cool. That was pretty dope. So that was track 1, Syndicate Soldier. Track 2, Speak No Evil, featuring Cool Nick. In this song, he pretty much talks about, the world's evils and stuff like that, and how, we should all strive as people, regardless of the race and stuff like that, It was a cool track, nothing too crazy. So that was track 2, Speak No Evil. Track 3, Syndication Remix. That was a dope track, pretty dope joint right there. I like the line when he said, you better step off before I go off, and don't dare bug, riff, or show off, cause then I break hard. You think I'm a fanatic? Speak my rhymes in English, not breaking mathematics. But that was pretty cool. That was a pretty dope joint right there. So the Syndication Remix. Track 4, What Is This? this is like one of those hip house type of music tracks, which I'm not really a fan of. In good taste is good. It's kind of hit and miss for me. Although I do like the Jungle Brothers, like some of their stuff, you know what I mean. But which I think Jungle Brothers is so underrated. But for their style, is like so perfect for the type of production is like perfect for their style, that kind of thing. But for this, not so much. I didn't really care for that. Track 5, The Rhythm, which was, I believe, was the second single of the album. There is a video for that as well. It features Ice-T, Donald D, and Diva. Diva at the time, that was her name, but later on she ended up becoming India Davenport. So you guys, on my brand new heavies, fanatics, and neo soul, you guys must have known that name. But before that, she went as Diva, so I just had to throw that out there. Yeah, man. Pretty cool track. It has kind of like a hip house kind of feel to it, but everybody did their thing. But to me, Ice-T, in my opinion, had the best verse. I like the line when he said, "Ice-T is throwing words at you like a dodgeball, y'all. Y'all gotta move or get hit. And if you're hit, you fall. No joking, no boasting, no bragging. Grip the mic like a 44 Magnum." Woo! Killed that shit. Dope shit right there. Yeah, that was dope. So that was track 5, The Rhythm. Alright, and again, I believe that was the second single of the album, so I just had to throw that out there. Alright, track 6, I Got the Knack. That was produced by Bilal Bashir and also co-produced by QD3. Like I said, QD3, very, very dope producer, very underrated, you know what I mean, but very well respected in the hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying. It made some dope shit over years. To me, it's an okay track. DJ Lethal actually does the scratches on the album too, so I'm on that song if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, it kind of has like a Vin DMC kind of influence to it, so I didn't really write any lyrics for it, but I thought it was a pretty decent track. Track 7, On the Edge, that was a pretty cool track. In this song, he's pretty much talking about at the time that would be his wife or his wifey, how like he's like pretty much the love of his life, like how he's grateful, pretty much he found his soulmate, and you show like a little vulnerable side of Everlast on this track right here, so I thought it was pretty cool. And I like the beat for it too. It uses the Danger sample by 5 Stair Steps, so it uses that, which a lot of people use that, but to hear like an 80s flip of that, I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought that was pretty good. So I could really appreciate that. So that was track 7, On the Edge, pretty good. Track 8, Fuck Everyone, fucking love that, can relate to that shit. That's a pretty dope track. Definitely one of my favorites, as well as On the Edge. I thought it was pretty good. I like the line when he says, I got Tipper Gore protesting my lyrics. Fuck that bitch. I don't need a clearance to rock my rhymes and speak my mind. You can't censor me. The public's not blind. I fucking love that. And I remember on my Facebook, I posted a status about we don't own hip hop, and a lot of people got in their feelings about that. And what I meant by that was I was going more for like the way of expression. That's what I meant by that. It's not so much of the ownership of your music, whatever. It's like, I'm saying as far as like the ownership, like as far as like you're not being able to having the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You know what I mean? Because if you say something about a particular ethnic group, or somebody of any type of group, anything like that, whether it's of sexual orientation, they'll fucking censor you. So that's what I mean by that. So like people can't really speak their mind, you know what I mean? So that's what I meant by that, but people's going getting butthurt about that, so it is what it is. But yeah, Fuck Everyone, pretty dope track, one of the best tracks of the album. So that was track 8, Fuck Everyone. Track 9, it's called Goodbye. To me, it's pretty much like a follow-up of On the Edge. It's pretty much the sequel. Pretty much, he's saying like fuck that bitch, pretty much divorce the chick, You know, he's like just cursing her out and that kind of thing. You know, pretty much the girl that he was with, you know, was caught cheating and things like that. So trying to pack his shit and get the fuck out the house, you know, that kind of thing. So that's pretty much what he talks about in that song, Goodbye. So, you know, pretty decent, you know. Pretty much a breakup song, if you will. Track 10, Pass It On. That was an okay track beat wise, but I do like the line though when he says, you're going wild for my flow and style. I don't stutter. I utter words versatile. I'm entertaining with my brain and always wearing a smile. I don't front. I don't rat. I don't fake. I run the whole mile. You clap cause my snap is like a crocodile. Love that shit. I feel like the beat could have been a little bit better on that joint, but it was pretty cool. And the last track, Never Missing a Beat, which is the first single of the album. Dope track right there. I like the line where he says, right by my side, kicking up dust, and if a sucker acts stupid, grab my gat and bust. You can't run away cause my clip hold the rhymes. If you've been beaten once, I'll beat you 10 times. I love that shit right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it of the album. My overall thoughts out of the album, I feel like the album was okay. It's not a classic. I don't consider it to be a classic. I think my issue with the album was the production itself. It's not so much the rhymes, is because, you know, he's just starting off, you know, like, you know, he didn't really advance as an MC yet, so I gotta give him some slack on that. But I feel like with the production was the issue. I feel like it was kind of like, in my opinion. I feel like he could have gotten beats from like Evil E or African Islam, you know, cats like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I was kind of expecting more like, you know, beats from like, you know, like kind of like maybe not OG the original Gangsta era, but like beats from like you know, from Freedom of Speech, Watch What You Say, the Power album, like, you know, beats like that, like it would have been dope for him. You know what I mean? So you didn't really get that, but I thought it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have it. It's not a classic, but it's good to have to kind of complete the Everlast, you know, collection, if you will, in the House of Pain. And so you guys could check this album out because a lot of people don't really know about this album like that. So, but yeah, just had to show you guys this album, let you know what you let me know what you guys think of the album. Because a lot of people don't really know about this album, so I just had to throw that out there. Because when people think about Everlast, people think of, you know, the House of Pain, like the Whitey Ford, you know, saga of his career. Like, you know, Whitey Ford sings the blues, which is another dope. I gotta do a review on that album one day. You know, Eat at Whitey's, you know, albums like that, you know, things like that, which I do have as well. So. But yeah, Everlast, Forever Everlasting, released in 1990. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, peace.